Victor here, bringing you episode 5 anime review of Wiseman's grandchild. This was a very, very intriguing episode. It starts off with Shin and his friends going to that workshop that Tony's father owns called the Beans Workshop, and where they walk in there, Shin brings up to August that he believes that Sodom's alive because of the explosion craters on the ground, which shouldn't have been there, because his beam only vaporizes things, it doesn't explode. So he believes that Sodom used explosion magic to save everybody, and he used the craters from his explosion to hiding beneath under them and crawl away, which Sean was right, because we saw in the ending of last week's episode after the credits that he is alive. And then we switch over to Sodom, and we get this one chick. Her is Miria, is her name. She's the chick that's with them in the anime opening. If you don't skip the anime opening, when it's about to close, you see Shin and his friends line up, but behind them is 3 people. One of them is Sodom. Then to his right, he has a man with glasses and a mustache. And then Maria, she's the other person with them on the left side. And we get her introduction, and we also get a guy named Zis, who's the guy in the opening as well, with the one with the glasses and the mustache. We get him talking to some king from another empire and giving him information of what's going on in our kingdom where Shin lives at. And this king is like, thank you for your information. This is going to be very useful. And he walks away laughing. And the guy Zetz, he just sits there and he smiles. And then Marie, she tells Sodom this information, and he starts laughing because he's like, war is upon us. But then I noticed something very interesting, that we get a close-up of her face, and she looks sad. Where Sodom looked happy that war is coming, she looks sad. So I'm kind of wondering, if she dislikes war so much, why is she with Sodom then? Does she have no choice? Maybe she's tired time, so she can't leave? It could be one of those type of situations. Or maybe that's just her face in general. Maybe she just has that face of sadness, but she really just doesn't care about anything. It could be that as well. But Shin gets to the workshop, and he gives introduction, and he basically tells Tony's dad what he wants, which is a blade that the hilt can eject the sword. So that way, even if the sword breaks, he can just eject the rest of it and put another sword on top, like an extension piece. And it took a while, but where he's working on that, he gets a enchantment ring for Cicely, and there's this cute moment where, like, he kind of hypes her up about getting her accessory, and she's like, yeah, a ring. And he was like, well, I was thinking more of an enhanced necklace to protect you. And then felt kind of sad, and you have August, Thor, Tony, and Julius in the back just looking at him mean, like, you don't build up a girl's hype that way and then shoot her down. So in the end, he ended up getting her an accessory for protection, but it wasn't a necklace or a blouse or whatever. It was actually a ring, and she loved it. And we also have this other moment where, like, Granny is asking Maria about Cicely and Shin. How is their relationship? Are they together or not? Or are they just, like, what is going on? And she's like, they both lovey-dovey and over heads for each other, but neither has made the first move. So I'm assuming this is both their first time being in love. So eventually, these two are going to get together eventually. You can tell by the anime opening, they're going to eventually get together. They're going to drag it out, but they're going to eventually get together, so no doubt about that one. But then we get Shin, he goes to his ceremony, where he gets his badge of honor for what he did, for defeating that human, and a whole bunch of people are there clapping for him, and he gets like super, super nervous, and he accepts the medal. And then the king tells everyone about the promise between him, Shin, and his grandparents, which is Merlin and Guru. And that is that as long as he's here, he's going to be a student of that magical school, but that's as far as it goes. He will not be involved in politics, he will not be allowed in war. No one from those two factions are allowed to try to recruit him or talk to him or anything about that. He's not allowed to talk about nothing about that. If anyone tries to do that or try to bring him in, Wiseman would grab his family and leave. So he did threaten everybody and tell them not to. So, but problem arose that now that Shin is known and famous, everyone wants to like praise him and like go out with them. So it's like every time he leaves somewhere, it's a group of people. So he has to use his gate spell more, and he shocks his friends with it. And they, oh, this is teleportation magic, and he was like, no, it's relocation magic, and he was breaking it down to them, but their mind concepts couldn't understand this, how advanced it is. And another fact that it is advanced is just the fact that we learned that Shin, when it comes to something, he breaks it down and he tries to understand why it exists, how it can be used, multiple ways, if it could be used or not. And that's just his thought process. And that's why he's such a great magician, because he breaks down every magic to its particles and see how he can advance it, different ways he can use it, what he can mix it with. So it's like, because of this unorthodox style, he's really, really good at magic. AKA how he made the gate, or that blue firebomb. That's the power of a nuclear bomb. Even though we know the real reason is because he got transferred over here, but none of them know that yet. That's just Shin's secret that only he knows. But after a while, Shin goes back to the workshop. His blade is done. Everybody's happy. And he gets enhanced accessories for the rest of the girls in this class. But when it comes to the boys, he told them, I didn't get your rings. So they got kind of disappointed because they thought they had rings as well. But apparently he got them something else. But it was brought up by August, and this was the end of the episode to wrap it up, that they're all going to go at war. And he asked Shin for his help. Since we can't bring you into war, can you help us make more of those blades with your magic? You know, we're going to have Tony and his father make a whole bunch of them, and you're going to enhance them with the supersonic magic. He's like, I don't mind as long as Tony doesn't mind, because you're my friends and I want to help and protect y'all. But if something were to happen in the front lines, even if my grandfather doesn't like it, I am going to intervene and help y'all out. So that was pretty cool, Shin, and everybody looked happy at him, especially Ceciline. She was like, all in her feels. And that was basically the end of the episode. Again, episode 5 of Wiseman's Grandchild. A really great episode. Great stuff. Seems like we're going to have a whole bunch of action next week, since this war is going to start. Because we got an end credits. And in the end credit, the king, Deus, he told Dominic, one of his high councils, to get the troops ready and send them out. So yeah, the next episode should be like a battle episode. So that's going to be intriguing, seeing what this kingdom, which is called Blue Sphere Empire, see what they are about and see what they have, since they seem so cocky and they really want to take over this kingdom for some reason. So, and though, let's be honest, they have Shin, and I highly doubt Shin's gonna let any other country try to take this country over. So, but you never know, things might happen. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Follow me on Twitter, link will be down below. Give this video a like. Also tell me down below in the comments what you like and didn't like about this episode. If I'm pronouncing any names wrong, since I'm an anime only, please forgive me and correct me if I am. Also, if there's anything I'm missing that was cut out through the episode, with a minimum spoilers, that'd be nice as well. But again, that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.